Hi, my name is Julie Christian and I am a writer, and I would like to show you how easy it is to design your own Mailchimp newsletter and newsletter template. A lot of authors complain that it hurts their brain to do this, but it's really simple. As long as you just walk through it with me, I will show you how it can actually be kind of fun. So let's go ahead and get started creating our Mailchimp newsletter. Some things you might want to have ready: go ahead and create an account on Mailchimp.com, and then also see if you have the artwork from your website so that you can bring that over into your newsletter and make your brand very consistent. You might also want to have links for your website, your Facebook page, any social media pages that you have. You can get them later, but it's always nice to just kind of collect those at one time. All right, so let's get started. We're going to have lots of fun, and you will find out that this is creative time and it's not as frustrating as it seems. Okay, so this is the first screen after you log in. You're just going to want to click on Create Campaign, and that's going to get you started. It's super user-friendly. Then a pop-up screen comes up and you want to click on this highlighted area, Create an Email. And that is going to allow you to create an email newsletter. The other options we can reserve for a tutorial later. I'm assuming you already have a website, so you do not need to create a landing page. And I only have limited experience with Mailchimp ads. So on the campaign name, you're going to title it something easy that people will recognize. So I have titled mine Julie Christian's Newsletter. If you give it a funky title that doesn't have your name in it and you're an author, they might not recognize you. So we're going to click on Add Recipients to decide who we're sending our campaign to. Because in Mailchimp, you can have multiple email lists. And here's where you can choose from your email lists. So if I have a client that's got 3 or 4 different email lists, I can choose all of them or some of them. For my purposes, I only have one email list. And you'll see on the next screen, I named it Team Awful List. That's just my personal word for it. Your subscribers are not going to see what you name their list. So, and you can also segment your lists, which we can talk about later. But, and we will do another tutorial on how to create lists. But right now, assuming that you have your list. So it's going to the Team Awful list. Now this merge tag that says F name, that is going to put the person's first name in the body of the email. It's going to insert it in. So it'll say, Dear Mary at the beginning. You have other options for that too. So now that we're done with that, we're going to click on Add From. Now you want to make this clear. When I first created my Mailchimp account, I just had it as Julie. And imagine if you get 200 emails a day, who's Julie? So make sure it's clear because the subscriber is going to see this. So I put Julie Christian, and it says use something subscribers were instantly recognized. And then I wanted to make my email address something where the responses are going to come to. So don't use your personal one for that. Use your business or author one. Add your subject line. Okay, see, it's very user-friendly. We're just kind of going down the list. So choose a subject line that is eye-catching. So mine is Julie Christian's July 2018 newsletter, and I added a little bit of glitter on either side of it. And then the preview text says all that glitters is, well, glitter. Okay, so once we're done with that, we're going to go on to designing our email, which is super fun. Now, if at any point I'm going too fast for you, just pause and read the screen because I have a lot of comments on the screen as well. So the Mailchimp has a ton of templates for you to choose from. I chose Tell a Story. I find that it's easy because then I don't have to write a ton of content for my newsletter, and you'll see why. So then you have these little boxes. I want to add my logo. And for me, my logo is more of a banner with my name in it since I'm advertising myself as an author. You can do a lot of different things here, but when you want to get started, you just click on that little pencil. Anytime you see one of these boxes, you just always click on the little pencil. Then it's going to say your default logo. Of course, I don't want it blank, so I'm going to click Replace. And that's going to take me to any artwork that's been uploaded to Mailchimp. And we'll walk through with you how to upload artwork as well. But your first step is just to click replace, because you're replacing that blank or stock logo with your own. So now I did replace it with my artwork, which you can now see on the screen. And I did create that. So if you ever want help creating artwork or branding or images for your author website, you can reach out to me. So this is what mine looks like, and you can toggle with it. If you click on that little space that says edit, you can change the size, but I like the way it is, so I'm going to move on to share your story. So if I hover my mouse over that area that's highlighted in red, I will get that little pencil again, and I will click on the pencil. Also note that you can, up in the right-hand corner, save and exit at any time. And also you can't see it in the screen, but there is a button in the bottom right-hand corner as well, where you can save this. You want to keep saving as you go. Okay, so notice when I hit the little pencil, whatever I type in the right-hand side of the screen goes into the left-hand side, but it's formatted for the newsletter that I chose. You want to watch your spelling, and you want to change your font size and the type of font to kind of match the personality of the newsletter and the personality of your website. But just moving right along, again, we're on to the next box. You just press the little pencil and choose a photo. So the first box was kind of a summary of what my newsletter is for the month, okay? And then the photo is kind of going to go with that. So I'm going to click on that little pencil button and get started with the photo. And here's where I'll show you how to upload a photo. So when you get to the photo part, you're going to click on replace, because that's a blank photo. And you definitely don't want to send a blank photo. Alternately, Mailchimp will warn you if you try to do that. So I'm going to go and click on upload in the right-hand corner of the screen. Okay. And you can see on my screen that there's some stock items already in my Mailchimp, but I want to add something different. So I'm going to click on upload, and then a little pop-up's going to come up, and it's going to show me the files in my computer. So I can choose anything in my computer. So here it's gone right to pictures, and I can choose any picture I want, or I can go through my entire computer and find what I want. I chose a picture of me in like 50 pounds of glitter, because, you know, I'm all about glitter. So, well, this newsletter is all about glitter. So I click on that, and I didn't like it. It was a little dark, so I want to change it. So I click on edit. And when I click on edit for a picture, it's going to bring me to this screen, and it's kind of like Instagram. I can change the colors, I can change the size, sharpness, focus, blemish, whiten, red eye, draw. Just remember that no changes are going to remain on your photo until you click save. So I made it kind of pink, and I clicked save, and I'm still not crazy about it, but for right now, it'll be what it is. But I want to bury a link in that photo, so that if somebody clicks on that link, it takes them somewhere. So what I did is I buried a link in that photo of my Instagram feed, because in my Instagram feed, you can see lots of pictures of the glitter photo shoot and lots of other fun pictures. And I like to have Instagram followers because publishers like to see that you have a lot of them. So this is where you go and you find your address for your Instagram feed and bury it in there. So you press the link, put the link in there, and now if somebody clicks on it, it's going to take you there. Also, I added text in the text box. All you have to do, hover over that text box, click the little pencil, and put your words in there. Okay, and then now I'm going to work on this next paragraph. So I'm clicking the pencil button again, the pencil icon, and we're going to highlight my favorite blog post for the month. So you're not really writing a new blog post unless you're behind for the month. What you're doing is highlighting with a few sentences the one that you want people to go to on your website. Okay, so click on the little pencil. This is set up for 2 columns, which I just didn't like. So what I did is I typed in the words that I wanted to use, and I left the column 2 blank because I'm going to go in next and I'm going to delete it. So if you see these little tabs up at the top, you can click on those and they'll allow you to change different things about how that text box that you're in looks. So what I did is I am toggling over those spaces, and I clicked on settings and I change it from 2 columns to 1 column. And when I do that, it takes out any text that was in that second column. And then it will let my text spread through that entire box, which I think looks better. So that's what I did. And I have that sentence there and it looks great. So now I'm going to move on to the button, because the button is how people, if they're interested in what I said, are going to click and go to my blog and read more. So you can go to these tabs at the top and investigate the tabs and change everything to make the button look like you want. So I changed the button to be a pink that's on my website. I copied the numbers of that correspond to the colors that I use on my website and put them in that button. If you need help with that, drop me an email or drop a comment in and let me know and I'll show you how. But I changed the button so it looks pretty. Now I am going to work on this text box down here, click on the pencil icon, and I want to talk about my book. Actually, I've already decided I'm going to talk about my husband's book, so I've got to change this. But again, I typed in my text, and whatever I typed in on the right went into the left. It's reflected in the left, and then I also want to add my picture. So again, I clicked on replace, and I added my picture. Okay, and everything I do on the right goes to the thing on the left. Now with these pictures, sometimes you have to edit them and play around with their size so that they take up the same amount of space as your text. So feel free to go back and forth and play with it a little bit. You're really not going to ruin anything, especially if you're saving as you go. So again, I want to hide a link in that word Amazon. So what I did was I clicked on that little thing that looks like a paper clip, and it's going to allow me to put a link to Amazon so that you can go and buy that book. Okay. And now I'm going to highlight the book that I just finished writing, because that's what I'm trying to sell to publishers and customers. Okay. So I write a little bit about my book, and I also put a link in there so you can read about the writing of the book. For upcoming events, this is you just want to put in a little blurb to give people a reason not to unsubscribe to your blog. You want them to stick with you. So give them a reason to look forward to reading next month. I'm going to Haiti, so I click on the little pencil icon, add a nice little image of a girl traveling, that's not me, and write about my upcoming mission trip to Haiti that I am kind of concerned about. So that's kind of a little comedic thing. It gives them something to look forward to. Now we're going to the footer. This is called a footer. And right now it's kind of grayish black and I don't like it. But first we're going to work on the social media links, and Mailchimp just has this form for you, and you just put your links in. Remember when we started, I told you to have these links. You can save right now and go find them, but you can put them in. I always add YouTube because I think YouTube is my preferred social media platform. I really think it's interactive and it helps people engage with you, but everybody has their preferred platforms. Please just make sure that if you're reluctant to do social media, that you try to get good at just one. So right now I'm going to, now that I've gotten the social media sites put in, I'm going to change this dark gray footer and make it look like the header or the top banner of my newsletter. So that's what I've done. I've added the image without my name of, it's actually a close-up of cotton candy, which I think is really cool. I'm addicted to it. Not cotton candy, but the photo. And then I toggled with the social media links to make them bigger and more visible. And then I put a pink background on them. So now I'm done pretty much, and I want to send myself a test email. So up on the top right hand corner, preview and test, you can send yourself or your mom an email and see how it looks. All the time that I send myself emails, I have to change things after. So always send yourself a test email. It looks different, and check it on your phone and on the computer. Okay, the next step after that, after you get everything right, is to schedule your email campaign. Now, I will do another tutorial on how to schedule your campaign. You may try it. It's pretty easy. But if you need help, let me know. I am going to do another tutorial. For more tutorials, please subscribe to my newsletter at www.juliechristian.com. And if you want me to do a specific tutorial, please email me at tmawful@gmail.com. I will be releasing one tutorial per month, and I just want to let everybody know, if you are interested, I am available on a limited basis for freelance work. That is where you pay me to do this for you. So let me know if I can help you, and have a great day.